Thanks for watching. We have a groove lesson here for you today. We're going to be talking a little bit about reggae. Now, I'm not necessarily the expert on reggae, but the purpose of this lesson is to give you some grooves that will get you through the gig. All right, so there was a time where I went onto a gig and then they said, okay, we're going to do this tune and we're going to do it as a reggae. And I was like, okay, I'll just come up with something that I think was reggae. So anyway, I've got 3 grooves for you today that I'm going to sort of show you, and they kind of cover the basics of what you need to learn. It's always good if you're going to learn to play a new style of music to listen to it, get some ideas for fills and stylistic elements too. So, you may have heard reggae before, and they've got sort of timbali type sort of sounding snare drums and all that sort of stuff. One thing that sort of comes across a lot in reggae is that the emphasis with the bass drum is now moved onto beat 3 or beats 2 and 4, depending on how you're doing it. So it's not on the start of your beat anymore. Okay, so it's sometimes getting used to playing the bass drum with your backbeat is a little bit awkward, and you feel like you want to emphasize the downbeat all the time. So you'll see in the first example that we're going to do, I'm going to demonstrate what's something called a 1-drop, or my interpretation of it anyway. I'm going to do it straight, and you'll notice that the bass drum only plays with the left hand. I'm going to use a rim click, only with the left hand on the backbeat. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to introduce like a swing rhythm on the top, in triplets on the hands. Because sometimes I often play the same reggae, but sometimes the feel is straight and sometimes it's swung. All right, so it's good to be able to play both ways, and you'll sort of see very clearly on the PDF below the difference between those two. Last one I'm going to demonstrate for you too is something that I'd play if someone said we're going to do a dub tune. Dub or a stepper is another way of putting it. And basically what happens there, the big difference I reckon for this anyway, is that the bass drum tends to go on downbeats, 1, 2, 3, 4. I play sort of straight, more 16th type things in the hats, and I use the snare drum instead of the click so much. So it happens a lot more for me on gigs where more an R&B gig where they throw in a reggae, because it really does still have a backbeat, and it's a little bit more edging towards R&B as opposed to traditional reggae. All right, so here's 3 grooves that you can learn, take with you, and hopefully they get you through the gig. All right, we're going to start at A and go through to C. Here we go.